Welcome back, friends. I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell thing. That would be very kind of you indeed. And it is San Diego Comic-Con weekend, and it may as well be Star Trek weekend, because there are a lot of teasers and trailers and first looks dropping, not least of which is the teaser for Star Trek Section 31. I'm kind of a casual Star Trek fan. You are, I would say, a hardcore Star Trek nerd. So we are going to watch the teaser for the very first time, and we'll tell you our various viewpoints on this new Star Trek franchise. But before we get to that, do me a favor, drop in the comments, what is your favorite Star Trek series and why? What is your favorite Star Trek series and why? I know, it's a tough one, isn't it? And we will tell you ours at the end. But for now, we're going to check out this new teaser for Star Trek Section 31. And if you want to see what we think, stick around until the end. But for now,
let's go.
Let's do this.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information. I say.
Whoa.
Was not expecting it to be edgy.
Misfit content. Okay.
An emperor can only be loyal to duty. Thus does the empire remain strong. Thus does it grow.
Wow.
All hail the emperor!
Philippa Georgiou, you're a tyrant who murdered her own people by the millions. The past always catches up with you.
You're Section 31.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information.
31 is a Black Ops division. Spy work. Starfleet is here to make sure no one commits murder.
What a cute idea.
Prove to me you got some coordination.
It's gonna be bumpy and bad.
You're a bad bitch.
We can't trust you with our lives, but here we go.
Somebody's got to keep it lively, right?
Oh my goodness, Philippa Georgiou is Space Bond. Wow, well, remember, let us know what is your favorite Star Trek series and why in the comments, but while you do that, what did you think of the teaser for Section 31?
So this is my very first time seeing this teaser. We have been hearing about Section 31 coming for a long time. What I wrongly assumed it would be Georgiou in the Prime universe, and that she would be kind of using her special skills in Evil that she gained in the Mirror universe to kind of like be like a secret weapon for Starfleet. But what we're seeing more from this is it's going to be about her backstory, how she became Emperor Georgiou, possibly going into some of these crimes. We've got these Hunger Games-esque like interview sequences and kind of maybe like award show ceremony type things.
Yes.
That was pretty crazy. And then it wasn't clear, I don't think, whether we are in Prime or in the Mirror universe, because they did say Starfleet is here, but Starfleet does exist in the Mirror universe. So I don't know, it's a little bit hard to know which universe we're going to be in, but I think it could be either.
Or both.
Or both, yeah. I mean, we do know that they have figured out how to move between, so maybe it's going to be kind of a DS9 kind of moving in and out depending on what's useful. Like they'll kind of pull her from the Mirror universe when they need like an extra secret weapon. And she has her own team, one of them whom has a very familiar face.
I think I recognize that person from I Think You Should Leave, from the Little Buff Boys, and from Detroiters. Yeah, good to see him in a TV show.
And I think that's one of the things that I'm excited about with this, is it does have, especially given the heavy Mirror Universe background to this entire scenario, it does have a lot of potential for being very dark, whereas what I think we saw from this, particularly with Sam from Detroiters, there is that humor that's injected in, and I do think they've been pretty clever in Star Trek recently with the new Trek to have the humor in like a way that doesn't undermine the drama, but kind of in a Marvel-esque way helps kind of build the character and heart of the shows.
Yeah, and I took away from the teaser, which was incredibly teasy. I mean, very stylish, right? Yeah, very, very stylish. And I think didn't necessarily feel like traditional Star Trek to me in many places. But maybe that's okay. Maybe the fact that it changes things up. But I took away that it was going to cover both universes, both the Prime and the Mirror universe. Especially there was a moment where it kind of flipped, like it rotated, and it had one Georgiou and then flipping to another who was wearing all black. I wondered if you're going to see both sides of her, and maybe how they ended up as one. I really don't know, but it certainly seemed like an origin story for Georgiou as well. But yeah, I don't know. To answer the question that I asked our viewers, what is your favorite Star Trek series and why?
This is very difficult because I did grow up watching Next Generation, so that's always going to be like my home Star Trek series. But my favorite Star Trek is probably Lower Decks because I just really love how, again, like with the humor and how much heart there is. It's very silly, but it really strikes that fine line of like kind of sibling teasing rather than just like a pastiche or like a satire of Star Trek, or kind of just like outright kind of like minimizing the impact of Star Trek. Like it could have been really easy for it to be a really boring parody, but they made it so clever and loving of the original, of all of these Star Treks. And just I love the Easter eggs and I love watching it and then like going over it like a nerd afterwards to figure out what all the hidden things were. And I remember seeing that character somewhere, what was their backstory? And I really like the attention to detail in Lower Decks.
Well, for me, I grew up, hence me wearing my Quark's Bar shirt here, I grew up watching Deep Space Nine and just loved it. I used to set my VCR to record Deep Space Nine, dating myself. But similarly, I would opt for something a little more modern. I just love Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It's such a fun show, has a ton of heart, is really, really approachable to people who have never seen Star Trek before, and kind of harks back to that golden age of what Star Trek used to be, when it was fairly uncomplicated, but really, really compelling TV. And I just love the characters. I could go on about Strange New Worlds all day. And we will in a minute, because there's a first looks video just out of San Diego Comic-Con. So we got stuff to do, people. We better go check out this other stuff. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. And we'll be back very, very soon with more Star Trek stuff on the next Nerd Safari.
Make it so.